Truck light streak past the window. I chew dust, count rock. Dead of night to blink.
Late check-in off 510, carpet tied, soda flat. Desk clerk half asleep scrolling, key cards stacked in the stack. Ice machine coughing in the hallway, distant TV on mute. Parking lot full of box trucks, quiet killers in boots. I drop duffel by the bed, frame contract spread on the sheet. Route lines drawn and highlighter, next month's bread on repeat. This that rest stop renaissance, diesel angels and rose. Ain't no velvet rope glitter, just fluorescent halos. Vending light on my face while I run through the split. If the numbers ain't honest, I ain't touching that hit. Real one is my cousin with the forklift shirt, not the dude in the comments in the counterfeit shirt. I remember being broke in a fast food hat, not a promoter sign wires before I touch his stat. He say talk about bodies, I say talk about who eats. If the verse don't uplift us, it ain't touching these beats. Gas station cross the frontage, hums blue in the black. Teenager sweeping the lot, hood up, spine bent back. He out my place, ask questions, says he need a big lane. Says if they play with me once, I'm a gun for they chain. I ask what you want, really, new hearse, a new life. He go quiet, looks down at his broom, grips it tight. If the move don't grow, you let it die out. If the flex ain't fool, what you lie about? If the deal feels staged for a fake crowd, walk past all that noise, hear them about. Interstate quiet money, no parade, no plea. Just the hum of the ties and the code I keep. If you really about power, let your family full. If the offer look bloody, that's a clown man's pull. Hands up for the checks, make clean, no blood. Whole room shake when we chant that good. Hand up for the checks, make clean, no blood. Whole room shake when we chant that good. Next week Atlanta outskirts, cheap neon buzz in the rain. Fly tape to the ice box, my name spelled plain. Inside promoter nervous, tries to shave my slice. I slide him the sign sheet, look once, blink twice. He fold fast, fix totals, ain't no see, no shout. That's enforcement with a pen, that's what grown talk about. Hit the stage, crowd loaded, phones lit, lungs loud. But I don't feed them fairy tales about a chalked out crowd. I talk cousins in kitchens, aunties bagging the plates. Talk my brother in rehab, choosing life over weight. Beat, knock, words, razor, they still bounce, still cheer. Hook, keep your circle and your conscience clear. Slide to Memphis by Morning Bridge, lights drip on the floor. Barbecue smoke in the Motel Drake, river slow. Studio in the back unit, egg crates on the wall. Local kid with a notebook, waiting out in the hall. He say they want me to cap, say I'm letting it fly. So tell what's really outside your wide. Till you blind with no doctor, your lights cut at 9. Till your pops on that bottle, your mom on that grind. If it's still cut you soft when you bleed, what's true. They was never who this music was for. My dude, he stepping, hit the mic raw, no disguise. You can hear whole neighborhoods in this line. If the script they hand you for renting it wrong, to the page right slow, make it lifelong. If a check want your soldiers to sound strong, leave it there on the table, move along. Interstate quiet money, no parade, no plea. Just the hum of the ties and the code I keep. If you really about power, let your family full. If the offer look bloody, that's a pay me full. Hands up for the wins that don't rot your gut. For the phones you would know with ski miffed up. Hands up for the wins that don't rot your gut. For the phones you would know when they scream act up. I seen killers and tears and fluorescent light. Seen tough rappers crumble when it came to real life. If your crown needs a grave, that throne ain't it. I want birthdays, reunions, grandkids, and grit. Interstate quiet money, chant that loud. We don't sell our cash, just to hype some crap. If the game want blood, we finesse that twist. Turn the trigger to a signal, the weapons the real. Hands high for survival, with your morals intact. That's gangs in the few, everything else at. Everything else at.
Still wind cuts my face. Harbor lights blinking like they judging my soul.
Container stacks, lean heavy, brush cars bright in the dome. Forklift forks, glide silent, neon vest ghost on the lawn. Salt on my tongue from the base, I cold metal under my palm. Big ship spine in the distance, engine chanting the song. Warehouse wall with a mural, kids eye sharpen the paint. Underneath the small letters, nobody saving the saint. I'm standing where cranes throw shadows, like long barrel doubt. Custom dogs sniff the trailers, guards pacing their route. My jacket smell like diesel, paper, motel AC. Manifest tucked in the pocket, terms memorized clean. Doc Foreman give a nod, knows I'm straight with the crew. Knows I don't chase illusion, I make contracts come true. Short tempers at the chain link, steel toe boots on glass. Arguments sparks like flint rock, one push both crash. I seen too many loud legends fade in the red tape and chalk. So I keep my name off nonsense, let my bank do the talk. Streets said crash out for honor, course it ride in the cage. I said I flip all this pressure, to a warehouse wage. Harbor siren starts howling while a go rips through trash. I'm counting heads in my circle, cutting dead weight fast. If the move feeds fear, let it ride in your throat. If the pride needs blood, send it home without vote. If the cash ain't clean, leave it stuck on that boat. You ain't waiting for that choice, you just rewrote the note. Portside courtroom, I ran my own mind. Raise your fist if you choose in a different design. We came from the alleys where the cold still sing. Now we stand in the open, making law our ring. If the move feeds fear, let it ride in your throat. If the pride needs blood, send it home without vote. If the cash ain't clean, leave it stuck on that boat. You ain't waiting for that choice, you just rewrote the note. Portside courtroom, I ran my own mind. Raise your fist if you choose in a different design. We came from the alleys where the cold still sing. Now we stand in the open, making law our reign. Portside courtroom, no stunt, no mask. Only verdict we honor is survive and surpass. Portside courtroom, no stunt, no mask. Only verdict we honor is survive and surpass. Night shift on the pier hums, tugboats blink in the row. Chain clank mixing with rap drums from a Honda below. Young blood posted by pilots, hoodie stitched with a flag. Hand buried in his waistband like he gripping his brag. He mutters if they try me, I'ma flip this whole scene. But his jaw got more sadness than the killer sheen. I walk slow, not parental, just a witness with math. Ask who signs the deposit when you choose that path. When your mama missed shifts for a bus to the trial, who collecting the clicks off your name for a while? He stares past my shoulder at the cranes in the sky, like he's seeing our tiny. He look from that high. I tell him, you gotta hustle, I can see in your stance. Aim that iron will at a long-term chance. These trailers don't move themselves, these routes don't plan. You can run this yard legit, outgrow every cheap plan. Now weeks flip, I'm back through, see him scanning with a bag. Same hoodie, new focus, pulling weight like a dread. He say they still talk wild, but I clock in instead. I not once hear the chorus in the back of my head. Elsewhere in the city, boys still toast to collapse, but the ones who learn numbers starting tying the traps. I don't sing nobody, we all flawed in the grind. I just rap like a ledger, line for line against time. If a dare sounds sweet, but it stains your king, walk back to the water, let it drown in the wind. If a deal feels sharp, aimed under your chin, turn sideways, keep stepping, let the shark spin. Portside courtroom, I ran my own mind. Raise your fist if you choose in a different design. We came from the alleys where the cold still sing. Now we stand in the open, making law our ring. Portside courtroom, no stunt, no mask. Only verdict we honor is survive and surpass. Portside courtroom, no stunt, no mask. Only verdict we honor is survive and surpass. Harbor bells hit midnight like a jury and still. All the stories that raise us never show the appeal. If the script that they sell you ends, you sunk in the phone. Tear the page into ribbons, stack your bricks, build home. Portside courtroom, hold dock our stand. Every scar on our knuckles, now we're part of the plan. From the cranes to the corners, let this echo ring. We choose breath, choose hustle, choose a sharper king. Portside courtroom, ink dry, head high. If the myth needs martyrs, let that false god die. Great morning over the projects, breath smoking, heart already marching.
Corner store window sweating, scratch off dust on the sill. Bus stop bench with a blanket, someone chasing a pill. Chain link fence with a jersey tied, sun faded and torn. Underneath in black marker, ain't nobody reborn, but I seen different in fragments, little flashes in clay. Like the homie who left payroll to go lead in the bay. High rises lean over alleys like giants ready to fall. Steam ghosts from the manholes, train hum under it all. I'm walking with a backpack full of flyers and files. Club dates, vendor invoices, city stamps, long miles. I came up off a mattress on a living room floor, where the cops knew our doorway like a revolving door. Now promoter try shaving on my digits backstage. I slide him his own signature, watch him swallow that rage. Real pressure ain't a pose with a weapon on cam. It's your brother in the system, it's your mom with no plan. Fog rolling from the freeway, wrap the block like a shawl. I breathe deep, hear the echo of a juvenile call. Short kid under the staircase carving threats in his phone. Talking step out, I'm ready like revenge on a loan. I ask him who you copy, some man already dead. You rehearsing his ending, while he's stuck in your head. If the story you repeating never gave you bread, why you quoting it daily like a prayer you bled? Every path you admire left somebody misled. Write a page of your own, don't recite the undead. Fog belt parables, carved in brick and breath. Tell them staying alive can be harder than death. Raise your voice if you know that the script been wrong. We can walk through the smoke and still come out strong. Fog belt parables, block quiet, no saints, just the ones who adapt and repaint constraints. Late at night in another zip, southbound rail in my ear. Warehouse show by the freight yard, backs tight, minds clear. Security in hoodies, not suits, but the code still firm. No foul play in the shadows, every bag we confirm. Beat hits, crowd leaning, I could sell them a lie, but I talk about clauses, about lawyers nearby. I tell them about the cousin who went down for a dare, while the one who said do it never once showed there. That's the pattern, I'm hunting every verse that I write. Give the demon a spotlight, show the wires at night. Houston fog on the bayou, muffled horns through the mist. Old head on the balcony, twisting tails with a twist. He said I did my dirt, lost my whole damn squad. If I had half your vision, I'd have leaned on God. Chicago wind through the project, snow powder in the grate. Young queen selling hair bundles, building rent, dodging fate. I buy some I don't need just to sponsor a drive. Tell her use this as starter, get your cousin a job. No camera, no sermon, just deposits of proof that we can move like generals without soldiers aloof. I've been on with a temper, had to bury that steel. Now I chamber my patience, let that flame stay sealed. If they slide in my circle with a one-way war, we escort them to the exit, let them bark at the door. If the love from your set only lives in a hearse, rethink who you salute when you quote they verse. If the toughest in the room never built, just curse. Turn your back on that script, write a new universe. Belt parable, carved in brick and breath. Tell them staying alive can be harder than death. Raise your voice if you know that the script been wrong. We can walk through the smoke and still come out strong. Belt parable, block quiet, no saints, just the ones who adapt and repaint constraints. No stained glass saviors, just fluorescent flicker. Just a boy with a choice, just a girl getting quicker. If the legend they selling puts you flat in the ground, flip that fable for profit, turn that curse around. Fog belt parables, echo off steel stairs. Every step that we take contradicts despair. If the old tales hunger for your last breath spent, starve them out with new chapters grown in tag. Belt parables, whole crowd in reply. We ain't dying for a storyline somebody else supply.
Demolition dust in my lungs, bass in my chest, I refuse to vanish quiet.
They knocked down our buildings, left a fenced off bruise. Spray paint, ghosts on plywood, spelling half-broke truths. Developers and polos pointing fingers at charts, while our old block parties live tattooed on hearts. I'm walking through gravel where the courtyard was live. DJ booth on the balcony, grill, smoke, drums, jive. Now it's hard hats, blueprint stage, plants in the truck. Same corners they call savage, getting flipped for a buck. I remember dice in the hallway, slow jams through vents. Aunties yelling off landers, kids racing for cents. Now for lazy signs, lean smugging they tinted glass. Pet boutique where the homie once was skipping class. Real ones never had name tags, only scars and rent. Only EBT stretches, late fees, side hustles bent. They so danger on TV than bought cheap our land. Now they bite through our history with a latte in hand. I'm posted at the chain link, fitted low, eyes sharp. Polaroids in my head of every rooftop park. If they think we all faded with the brick and mold, they ain't checked the new ciphers, ain't felt this cold. You can move every wall, can't evict our sound. We adapt, relocate, plant flags in new ground. If the story they write cuts our names out clean, we tagging every skyline with the truth unseen. Ghost ride anthem, let the rubble sing. Hands to the heavens for the real that clean. If they pave our block, we'll haunt they plans. Whole crowd stomping like a marching band. Ghost ride anthem, we still on this night. Turn that dirt to a stage, make them see our light. Our light, our light, our light, our light, our light, our light, our light. Lil' homie on a scooter weaving through fresh glass doors. Used to hop broken steps, now it's swipe cards and floors. Security eyeing his hoodie like a crime in motion, while they sip craft drinks on our buried devotion. I take them to the murals, they ain't bought off yet. Names of friends, dates, halo, cigarette. Tell them this was where your uncle spun records till 3. Where your moms met your pops over cabbage and beets. Now they market the zip is up and coming so safe. Erase struggle, keep culture res, interior decorates. He say what we do, I eat, burn it down, crash shells. I say nah, buy shares, learn laws, build wells, open shops they can't front on the deed, not just keys. Make sure every slick meeting got our cousins in seats. West Coast sunset bleeds pink, over lofts too clean. ATL cranes do the same old gleam routine. From Southside blocks to Oakland, same script, same shove. Raise the rent, call it progress, call our memories thug. But we still break beats in garages, yards, lots. Still sell plates out the trunk, still connect these dots. If the system writes us out, we bootleg our page. We gon' headline our story, not just die for their stage. You can dress up the block, can't purchase our vein. We the echo in pipes, we the tag in the rain. If the blueprint says erase, we redraw every verse like a lawsuit, every bar like law. Ghost light anthem, let the rebels sing. Hands to the heavens for the real that cling. If they pave our block, we'll hunt they plans. Whole crowd stomping like a marching band. Ghost light anthem, we still own this night. Turn that dirt to a stage, make them see our light, 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 our light. If your home turns showroom while you still low pain, you ain't crazy to rage, but aim that flame. Don't die for a story where your comic relief be the glitch in they profit, be the landlord of grief. Ghost light anthem, shake they fragile peace. We survive their lens, we survive police. If they flip our laws to boost they brand, we flip that beat, make a counterland. Ghost light anthem, whole block in sync. We still here spray painting permanent ink. No ghosts, just bodies that refuse that in. New dirt, same soul, let the chant transcend.
Parking garage echo. Rooftop glow. Every engine below votes for war wisdom.
Boarded up mall off the freeway, food court full of dust. Escalator stuck mid-sentence like they lost our trust. We turned this course to a council, folding chairs in the ring. LED, lanterns flicker while the night shift sing. Whole squad from different sections, H-Town, Watts, New Orleans. Gold teeth, nose rings, tattoos, duffels full of past scenes. One homie fresh off papers, one still fighting in court. One run legit detailing, one got plugs at the port. We ain't saints, we ain't victims, we the glitch in the scheme. Figuring out how to flip what they built to redeem. Blueprint spread on a kiosk where they used to sell chains. Now we marking up trucking routes, clothing lines, domains. Security golf cart circling, boy guard half asleep. He don't know up on level 6, wolves learn how to keep. I say we them being product, let's be factory owners. Turn our corners to campuses, all hitters to donors. Nobody laugh, they just nod. Heavy silence, big stakes. We all bury some brothers for some Instagram takes. If the power been crooked, we bend it back. If the game been scripted, we hack that track. No more dying as extras in they prestige scene. We drafting our saga on this ghost machine. Southwest Shadow Council plotting in the dark. Turn the dead mall night to a live new spark. If you really bout respect, build your side. Whole city in the rafters when our plans collide. Southwest Shadow Council, no talk cheap. Every vow backed up by the roots we keep. We got one from Fifth Ward, talking food truck fleets. One from Inglewood, coding drives, flipping receipts. Shorty out of Bankhead, sketching logos on shoes. Girl from Southside, streaming strategies in news. We speak softly about ARs, loudly about IRS, about zoning permit lawyers, cleaning up our mess. Not to sanitize stories, but to control the end, so no suit can narrate us as a savage trend. New Orleans red breakdown, grants between sips of tea. Memphis cat, pitch security teams moving low key. We still from where it's crack pipes and parole in a purse, where text in all caps can summon something worse. But the circle ain't for flexing. What we still could do is for shrinking those funerals down to near zero. Young gun with a face tag gripping onto his chest, as if they slide on my cousin. All this talk ain't fair. We don't shame them, we feel it. That's the fracture we know. But we mad what retaliation really cost the road. Screen shine on spreadsheets, not on beef gone viral. We want long-term survival, not a crowd in denial. If the threat feel holy, let the facts dissect. Who cares crashing, no chaos, we cashing on respect. If the mood leave your nieces sleeping on the floor, that move was never gangster, that was free labor for war. Southwest shadow council plotting in the dark, turn a dead all night to a live new spark. If you really bout respect, build your side. Whole city in the rafters when our plans collide. Southwest shadow council, no talk cheap. Every vow backed up by the rules we keep. Under busted skylights, revolution mundane. Just pens, open laptops, and a shifted brain. No parade, no anthem yet, just the intent. But empires start quiet and abandoned cement. Southwest shadow council, write that code. From the cul-de-sacs, dusted to the harbor road. If the legend need our blood, we revoke that myth. Sign our names as owners on a new day glyph. Fans high for the crews that refuse to be sold. Blueprints in the shadows, hearts giant cold. When the lights come on, we'll already be kings. Not by fear, but receipts and the change that bring.
Blue lights flash in the distance. Blue lights flash in the distance. Ocean growling while I shift in my lane.
Yeah, PCH cut through the hills, moon carved into the tide. Guardrail scars on my headlights, surf clawing at the side. Billboard girls selling fantasies, chrome gloss on a lie. Cliff edge, one wrong flex away from a permanent goodbye. Remember them Carlos heavy, hush talk, loaded trunks. Tastic dreams in the speakers, paranoia in chunks. Homie used to count dirty bills at a vista looking proud. Pray low in the same breath, pistol tucked in the cloud. Now I cruise with the papers, permit stamp, route legit. Same coastline, new cargo, no siren in the script. Gas station on the bluff road, pump screen glitch in my face. Strangers' eyes on my plates, trying to gauge what I chase. I'm posted up by the snack shelf, black hoodie, calm nerves. Mapping dots on my phone screen, every mile that preserves. Real G turned dispatcher, gave his shooters a trade. Forklift over funerals, invoices over raids. Short kid in the Charger, revving loud just to feel. Tells me if they look wrong, I'ma spin this wheel. I ask, you want a war, passport stamp? Want a shirt with your face or your name on a ramp? He smirks, then he stalls, ocean wind in his teeth. Waves slam like a verdict underneath. Count cliffs, not comments before you swerve. If the hype price checks, your blood can't serve. If the play fees jails was more than your fam, drop that there, let the real ones jam. Pacific midnight cold, no talk, just proof. Engines low, hearts cold, still guard in the roof. If respect means growth, then we stand that ground. Whole coast homes different when we move, no clown. Pacific midnight cold, keep it sharp, keep clean. Still spine, clear mind in the world obscene. Oh. Yeah, rest stop above the shoreline, vending lights, bruise the dark. Truckers trading directions, secret stitched in they bark. I link with an old hitter who retired his rage. Now we signing for freight loads, not stuck in a cage. He said they call me soft, cause I changed my aim. I say they confuse a coffin with a badge and flame. Distant city glow, flickers, towers float on the haze. Helicopters drag search beams where we wasted his days. We laugh without humor, then get back to the math. Plotting schedules like sermons, no more blood in the path. Further down past the airport, strip motels blink slow. Where we once laid with a burner, always ready to go. Now we tells young homies working front desk at 3 how to own this property if you stack that fee. I slide through a toll with my conscience unbent. If the pact ain't mutual, I don't sign, I don't vent. Seen captains crumble over crumbs, seen quiet men rise. Learn loyalty is numbers plus what lives in your eyes. Shorty in the Charger hits my line, weak song says put me on route work. I'm done dying for wrong. I send forms, not threats, codes, not ops. If the ocean taught anything, it's to outlive drops. If the task ain't feeding, who share your name? Why bleed in advance for a rigged up game? If the score feels staged for a camera spin, let that script starve out, don't write yourself in. Pacific midnight cold, no talk, just proof. Engines low, hearts cold, still guarding the roof. If respect means growth, then we stand that ground. Whole coast homes different when we move, no cloud. Pacific midnight cold, keep it sharp, keep clean. Still spine, clear mind in the world obscene. Then, oh yeah. Blackwater hitting those rocks like a warning in tongues. Every wave like a story of the two young done. If they sell you a legend that ends with you gone, shred that myth, don't shoulder drive slow, live long. Pacific midnight cold, hold firm, no foe. We choose air in our lungs over chains of gold. If the block need models that escape that mold, point them here 10 toes, 20 years from soul. Pacific midnight cold.
Pacific midnight gold. Oh yeah, Pacific midnight gold.
Silver rain on the backboard. Chain that's coughing when my pulse kicks hard.
Yeah. Court lights humming the drizzle, asphalt slick like a lie. 4 in the morning, no crowd, just my breath in the sky. Portal halos round Jordans, chalk lines fighting to stay. We used to mob this rectangle, now it's my hideaway. I remember dice by the baseline, smoke fog in the lane. OGs betting on crossovers with a snub in the frame. Trash talk spilling like liquor, we can settle off court. Same night somebody vanished, no appeal, no report. Now I'm here with a duffel, paperwork in my grip. Turn them in brackets, sponsors turning shots into chips. Whistle tucked in my hoodie, I run leagues for the youth. Teach them screens and statistics, not just aim for a tooth. Little homie with a face scar says he born for the beef. I put a ball in his palm, show him box scores relief. Tell him you drop 30 here, you get letters and calls. You drop 1 in the street, you get cement and walls. Bleachers creak with the memory of the ones who ain't show. Storm drains them like they humming all the names we know. I'm posted up by the sideline, clipboard where peace one set. If they ask where the gun went, I say under the stack. If the crowd only loves when you're close to your grave, why bleed for applause from the half-fake brave? If your rage got aim but no long-term lane, throw it at the rim, let it drain that pain. Black top, rain sermon, let the chain speak truth. Every drop on the heart, washing off that youth. If you came from the glare of a barrel at night, lift both hands up, choose chord over fight. Black top, rain sermon, concrete choir and sing. We baptize this hood with more than they think. A summer hits, bleachers packed, vendors lined on the grass. Grill smoke, kids run, no hearse doing laps. 2 teams from rival blocks, lacing up on my floor. History tight in their shoulders, old rumors at the door. I call captains to the circle, make them look in my face. Tell them win by the scoreboard. Not a chalk trace, they dap up uneasy, but the contract is set. Any foul off the whistle, cost the whole squad dead. Game start, pace vicious, crossovers, near crimes, 3 balls, ripping through tension, net singing in chimes. Sidewalk judges get quiet, can't deny what they see. Same dudes they call monsters, running plays cleanly. 4th quarter, 1 hard foul, whole crowd, holds breath, 1 shove, could tip centuries, back toward, what death. Scarface homie from earlier steps in, palms out, says we came here to hoop, cause it's static. No clout, I blow whistle, reset, in the gym, sky rolls. Not for blood on the concrete, but for closing that door. Later recounts tournament cash, splits fed with his crew. Says this feel like respect, more than anything I knew. If control of your temper brings more to your side, that's a weapon that pays, not a wound in your pride. If it triggers the shortcut, they begging you choose. Let them beg by themselves while you learn how to lose. And when clock rain sermon, let the chain speak truth. Every drop on the heart, washing off that youth. If you came from the glare of a barrel at night, lift both hands up, choose chord over fight. Black top, rain sermon, concrete choir and sing. We baptize this hood with more than they think. I seen halos made of sweatbands, not chalk lines white. Seen a war called timeout, cause the jumper fell right. If survival feels soft to the ones half grown, let them choke on the script while you claim your throne. Black top, rain sermon, crowd voice to the sky. We ain't props for they miss, we decide who die. If the legend want martyrs, let it start tonight. We pick trophies and birthdays over tunnels of light. Black top, rain sermon, whole block in the frame. Real ones play long game. Rewrite what gangsta came.
Red hoodie, black steel door. Alley steam rising, I'm already sworn in.
Yeah. Side door buzz, 1 knock, 2 pause. Cold right lash, slide back lock behind the jazz bar with a real talk high. Kitchen light yellow on chrome. Fried smoke in the vents. OG counting crate money, no fronts, no sense. Ice chest full of handshakes, cooler full of respect. Any clown come loud here, whole table deflect. I grew up where the landlord never fixed 1 leak, but the man on the corner knew my size every week. 10 deep in a Buick, 4 miles, 1 heat. Same route past that liquor neon. So soak in the street, I seen homies. I ain't foolish at reflections in glass. Heard they names get whispered while the paperwork laugh. Now it's contracts in my left hand, keys in my right. If I'm posted by the dumpster, it's to read, not fight. Straight killers in my call log, learn to scrub they name. Trade a war for a warehouse, turn a block to a lane. No movie in my bloodline, just parole and grief. Just a auntie on the grave grass, gritting her teeth. I told myself never sign up to repeat that real. If the badge on your chest need a casket, not real. Count who eat when you slide for a look. If it's just your ego, close that book. If your flex can't buy mom one bill less, leave that there on red, that's real finesse. Yeah. This that side door though, no cameras, no cheer. Just a circle that refuse to throw lives in a hearse for veneer. If power mean bill, then yeah, we the ones. Whole block in the shadows with responsible guns. Side door oath, we don't dance for their feet. We decide what's gangsta by who we still lead. Side door oath, we don't dance for their feet. We decide what's gangsta by who we still lead. Stolen bike in the stairwell. First lick at 13, older cousin said prove up. Eyes wild, half mean, skip school for a carjack, hard sprint, palms damp. Got home, saw my mother with a church fly lamp. She ain't know where I been, just said eat then rest. I sat there imagining a sewing name on my vest. Years later, same cousin called from State Yard. Phone tells me they don't play your songs here cause you left us alone. I say no, I'm trying to stop your block cloning that trip. If I rap like y'all trophies, they go load that clip. He laugh low, you right, they selling reruns of us. Now he reading up on real estate between counts and cuffs. I'm in Houston at a car wash meeting plug with a tie. Used to serve out the stall, now he invoices supply. He says keep it half grim, half growth, talk scars. I say I never make the coffins look like foreign cars. In Chicago at a diner steam on bulletproof glass. Shorty wiping down tables, pistol tucked in his pants. He asked, big homie, you still keep one too? I say I keep one lawyer, two locks, one crew. Still know how to move, if it twist, don't doubt. But the first real option is to think, not shout. Oakland rooftop, port lights, blinking Morse in the bay. Young hitters off E14, listening what I say. If the set want your life but won't help your seed, mark that down as extortion, dressed up like Creed. If the wrist don't flip and the assets clean, why die on a hill that was never your scene? If the code been twisted to just feed graves, edit that script, though we all stay slaves. This that side door, no cameras, no cheer. Just a circle that refuse to throw lives in a hearse for veneer. If power mean bill, then yeah, we the ones. Whole block in the shadows with responsible guns. Side door, we don't dance for their feet. We decide what's gangster by who we still lead. Side door, we don't dance for their feet. We decide what's gangster by who we still lead. Alleyway chillin', but the mindset rich. You can come from a trench and still flip that switch. If survival sounds soft to the ones half grown, let them choke on no miss while you buy that home. Side door, hands raised, eyes cold. We protect our blood, not a storyline sold. From the stoop to the stage, same spine, new route. If the legend needs corpses, we opt out. Side door, that's the flag we claim. Real gangster is the last one left with his name.
Snow dust on the blacktop. Hood up, fingers numb, I still walk like a verdict.
Gray sky over the tower, steam leaking out the vents. Food stamp line around the corner, tempers tight, pockets dense. Abandoned school with the boards, a glass teeth in the seal. Still gave hums like a baseline every time when chill. I used to post by the bus stop, backpack full of a mask. Chrome piece in the math book, thought that made me the task. OG on the corner rail, breath cloud, hand scar raw. Said you on stripes of freedom, both gon' cost, little dog. I ain't listening in that moment, ego loud in my chest. Whole block wearing they traumas like some bulletproof vests. Nightfall, crown victory, spotlight pill the brick. Everybody freeze frame, statue, heartbeat on click. Homeboys bragging instead was if they slide, we spark. But indictments don't rhyme, they just carve you apart. Fast forward, I'm in state greens, concrete, quiet count. Let it smear with my mother's tears, time tallied and ounce. Next bunk got a lifer, say he once ran the Ave. Told me gangsta ain't dying, dumb boy, that's just being a slab. Paro came like sunrise, raised a fence in my eyes. Walked out with a thin bag, thick on my newer knives. Now I'm back on that same block, different cut in my walk. Blueprint folded in hoodie, let the paperwork talk. If the flex don't feed you in 10 years time, Why rehearse that funeral in every line? If your crew can't tell you chill when you wrong, you ain't got a game, you just props to a song. Raise a fence, renegades, we broke out our fate. No more chain to the script that they syndicate. If respect means think first, keep still in your brain. Throw your hands up high, let them know we changed the game. Raise a fence, renegades, from the tier to the street. Still rugged, still ready, still rugged, still ready. But we choosing what we meet. Now it's midnight at the rail yard, freight cars lined in rows. Graffiti crowns on the boxcars, frostbite in my nose. I clock 'em with the grave shift, steel toes crush the ice. Barcode scanners and clipboards where we once rolled dice. Supervisor from the city used to bang on my block. Now we running these forklifts like a neighborhood stock. He said we flipped all that instinct, all that watchful eye. Turn paranoia to safety, keep our people alive. Little homie from my building swinging chains by the gate. Still got that fire in his jaw, like matter luck, matter fate. He talk reckless about get back, I'm on business tonight. I see the glitch in his pupils, same loop, same fight. I walk him down past the trailers, show him names on the forms. How many of them you killed for was there in your storms? Who gon' answer for your sister when you locked in the cage? Who gon' pay your baby's daycare from a headline page? Your kicks frost off the bumper, can't stare me in the face. Mumbles ain't nobody true, fang raw in the space. I say you can sign up here, learn this way, learn this path. Still be solid, still fit, just fit as a man with a plan. Weak flip, I see him back, orange vest, no cap. Same kid that swore we're on the world, now punching legit taps. We still ride with a lookout, still peep on my cars. Differences, we secure checks, not just counting the scars. Gangsta still in the posture, in the code, in the guard. But the new oath is no more making the mamas with black for yard. If the move only proves you can mimic the dead, burn a script in the barrel, keep your name instead. If your heart's still hard, but your vision got range, that's the blade they scared of. Discipline strange, raise a fence, renegades. We broke out our fate, no more chain to the script that they syndicate. If respect means think first, keep still in your brain. Throw your hands up high, let them know we changed the game. Raise a fence, renegade. Raise a fence, renegade. From the tier to the street. From the tier to the street. Still rugged, still ready. Still rugged, still ready. But we choosing what we meet. But we choosing what we meet. I seen captains cry quiet when the tail lights cut. Seen the loudest go silent when the door slam shut. If surviving feels soft to the ones outside, let them talk. They ain't with you on that bus ride. Raise a fence, renegade, chanting loud, no shame. We ain't trophies for the system, we rewrite this frame. If the legend want blood, just to bless one track. We started beast out, bring our brothers back. Hands raised for the killers who learn new trades. For the hitters, turn fathers, all the dues we pay. Raise a fence, renegade, that's the flag we claim. Real gangster is the last one standing with his name.
Desert heat on my teeth, black steel in my past. White lines in my future.
Yeah, thunder in the lifted truck, tire spit dust off the ramp. Neon cross on the stucco wall, pawn shot glow like a lamp. Fiends strip mall midnight, hot wind busted AC. Duct tape on the window frame, roaches guard EBT. I was raised with a swamp cooler, whizzed over 3 boys in a cot. Mom hung uniforms on hangers, step pop, chasing a shot. Uncle stash tools in the drywall, go flakes under the bed. One eye on that border patrol, one eye on infrared. Shells clinked in the alley, gravel, whispered names in the dark. La Migra lights painting halos on the project bar. I thought real meant 10 phones, 2 safes, 1 lie. Me and homies in the Civic with a trunk too high. Cooking plans at the Circle K parking lot full of sin. Everybody talking shipping routes, nobody talking in. First run went smooth, second run woke hell. Cops swarmed like locusts, somebody cracked, somebody tail. I slid home through the washer, shoes cake, lunch sore. See my mom at the table counting tips, praying more. That night I put the scale down, picked the keys up slow. If this gangster thing mean anything, we gotta outgrow it. If the sun see everything you stash in the ground, understand it'll bloom in the sirens and hounds. If you play fees cages more than it feeds kin, throw that move in the fire, let the smoke be the sin. Sun-built bloodline, we carved from drought. We know guns, we know God, we know different routes. If respect mean live long, stack clean, move wise. Throw your set in the sky with your family alive. Sun-built bloodline, no cartoon thug, just real hard men that refuse being plugs. Yeah. Fuse being plugged, being plugged. Yeah. El Paso truck stop down in Spanish soap on the screen. Waitress with a tired smile, coffee black floors clean. Next booth, two fools bragging about a run through the sand. I can tell by their jewelry they don't study the land. Young buck by the jukebox, scribbling tags on the cup. Eyes sharp, busted sneakers, world chewing them up. He say, big homie, they told me fast cash will be lame. I say fast cash, pay lawyers, slow cash, build your own name. You could run plates and risk graves for a week of applause, or flood the strip with legit work and rewrite these laws. We step out, border air, humming freight horns, cut the night. I point south at the dark and say they bet you won't write a future past 25 that ain't cuffs or a hole. You prove them wrong when you pick up pen over pole. Next city, Santone motel, faded lime owner from the old hood, flipping rooms, counting time. He was hit up back in 98, now he leased, now he lean. Got a shotgun for protection, but this last not his friend. Tells the kids to check in, don't do my reruns. Take this Wi-Fi password, go invent you some funds. I hit stage in the warehouse, hot crowd, still beam, sweat, beat, bang like border trains, faces I won't forget. I don't chant body counts, I don't pantomime war. I talk cousins on the run, I talk knocking on doors, cause I know every reckless bar could tip a boy scale. And I ain't feeding no system that expect us to fail. Sunbelt bloodline, we carved from drought. We know guns, we know God, we know different routes. If respect me, live long, stack clean, move wise. Throw your set in the sky with your family alive. Sunbelt bloodline, no cartoon thug, just real hard man that refuse being plugged. What fuse being plugged? Yeah. Now it's Vegas, freight, y'all twilight neon brews on the cloud slide, screaming downtown. Here forklifts and valves, we unloaded steel pallets, ink dry on my name. Same fist that one shook, now handshake in the game. My brother out the halfway house, running docks on the side, tattoo knuckles on the clipboard, still got venom in his stride. He say peace to me, miss chaos. I say we can't lie, but the wild in our veins now lift the shit high. We walk past a kid with a bandana mask, pretending with a finger gun, mama some test. I know say you a leader. Leaders make folks see. Leaders ain't dead. Hashtags painted on the street. He nods like half gets in, half still loves the noise. Proceeds in desert soil, still can sprout in the choice. I'm no pastor, no savior, just a man who got tired of being drafted as a mascot. Why they all got wide? If gangster really means stand up, take care, hold line, then I'm gangster cause my people sleep safe at night. Sunburn on my neck from them long haul miles. Gunpowder ghosts in my memory files. If survival feels soft to the blind outside, they can choke on that myth, we gon' swallow our pride. Sunbelt bloodline, let the engine moan. From the res to the barrier to the mobile home. If the legend want us dead just to sell one track, we go quiet, go legal, then we storm shit back. Sunbelt bloodline, raise fists, no fear. Real gangster in America is still right here. Yo, still right here. Still right here.
Yellow tape residue on the brick, I lay my boots and call my route. Rock. Check,
Yeah, 6th floor window with a bust to the lot. City hits under me raw. Brownville skyline, all antennas and ghosts. Sirens chewing on law, bodega on the corner selling incense. Duchess rhyming hope, hand painted, open sign leaning. Bell ring tired on the rope. Elevator smelling metal and piss. Doors by cable moan. Kids play dice on the lobby tile. Crack screen light in they phones. My first gun lived in a ceiling tile. Shower steam chip paint. Thinking chrome made me a kingpin. Now just another complaint. Stairwell walls got names carved deep. Birth dates, death dates, flags. Empty stroller by the mailboxes. Junk mail, eviction tags. Old head sweeping by the front door. Key ring weight on this side. He say Lil Wolf, all that barking, just free work for the pride. I ain't hear him till later when the cuffs kiss both wrists. Concrete bench, cold fluorescent, DA flipping through list. Came home on a paper leash, one strike left in my clip. So my mama to sink in the same pink robe, stiff lip, hip. I walk back up them same steps, hand on the rusty rail. Took that pistol out the plastic, swapped it out for scale. Now the powder, I mean balance sheets, invoices in a stack. If a move ain't feeding children, I don't stamp that pack. Count who sleep, say when you flex that steel. Count who drown slow when you chase that field. If you're real, mean funerals, tears on tile. Rethink that, oh, that ain't worth 1 mile. Fire escape minutes, we decide up here, yeah. Chain link, ladder, whole view, no fear, yeah. Hit the streets from blood just to clap and shout, yeah. We aiming past that, agent still stout, yeah. Fire escape minutes, put your mind in gear. Real gangsta last long, make the smoke come clear, yeah.
Now I'm on that same roof hosting quiet court. Milk crate desk, laptop glow, numbers of sport. Harlem wind cutting through hoodies, queens pull up in Jeeps. We discussing on the storefronts where they sold us cheap. One homie fresh off a bed, knuckles carved, eyes gray. He say I miss my block nights. I say stand here, wait. All the boys from your flick, how many still got lungs? How many mamas still working doubles cause of those guns? He stare across to the projects, water tanks, brick. See, mumbles most of us, posters that confession ain't free. Kid from the fourth floor, stomp a mask on, hand twitch. Talking about sliding on somebody cause of one object glitch. We circle them like uncles, no yelling, just fast. Break down charges, coffins, lawyers, rats. I say they taught you gangster is a stunt on life, but the hardest thing breathing is to not take that dive. If you wanna be fed, be the one that provide. Keep your sister in college, keep your brother outside. Across town, club owner, tryna cut my slice on the low. I unfold the sign sheet, pour on once he fixed the dope. Ain't no barking in the office, that's civilian terrain. But I came from where they taught me how to stare through the pain. I just use it for artists now, same focus, new aim. Same rage, they exploit it, turn the fire with a name. If the move don't add, but it look real loud. That's bait for the broke, camouflage for the proud. If you circle clap more for your wrist, then you win. Check who cheering, might be cashing you in. Fire escape minutes, we decide to pair. Chain link, ladder, whole view, no fear. Hear the streets from blood, just to clap and shout. We aiming past that, agent still stout. Fire escape minutes, put your mind in gear. Real gangsta last long, make the smoke come clear. Break dust on my palms from the lives we climbed. Every step above, choice not to stay confined. If survival sounds soft to some half-grown myth, let them talk from the stoop while we on this fifth. Fire escape minutes, whole block in sight. We protect our own name, not a story they write. If the code you were handed only ends in chalk, snap that chain link ladder, choose a higher walk. Fire escape minutes, let them chant that phrase. Real gangsters pay bills, her kids see days.
Sun up on the glass, still case in my hands. Lane clear, mind dangerous.
Look, downtown was in the windshield, lobby marble coat and wide. Used to case these doors and hoodies, now I pull up all mud certified. Badge clip low on my chest rig, side them snug in the holster. Once ran from these corners at midnight, now circle back as a chauffeur. Hand truck rattling on granite, guards nod, cameras blink. Tell her eyes clock every movement, I don't flinch, I don't wink. Ink pack, strap, seal bags, cereals logged to the sin. Whole route tight like a drum line, every mile, every dent. Back then I was blueprinting break-ins, chasing rumors of racks. Wore all black in the Pontiac, hard dumb, no text. Watch the partner drop names in interrogation lights. Watch the judge read calendars, carve out my nights. Came home, lean off that lesson, found my blocks to the sleep. Same talk on sight, same post, same cheap. I chose different, hit the range, pass checks, learn codes. Turn that paranoid 6 cents in the cover for lows. Now the same fools who call soft still broke on the stoop, while I'm clocking legit stacks. Feeding mind, feeding crew. Count who ride if your time got took. Not the likes, not the talk, just the names in the book. If that play can't stand in the shine of day, let it ride in the gutter, let the real ones play. Yeah, armor out, confidential, heavy doors, strong spine. If I'm gangster for anything, it's protecting what's mine. No mask on my face, just a cold in my chest. Whole city in a backdrop while we move that chest. Armor out, confidential, no clout, just proof. Hard hats, clean ledges, big heart, bulletproof. Bulletproof, bulletproof. Hard hats, clean ledges, big heart, bulletproof. Yeah. Hit a strip mall bank in the suburbs, flags flap over SUVs. Soccer moms pushing strollers, baristas steaming up beans. Young dude in a ski mask, hoodie out ballin' from the shade. Finger twitch on his waistband like he's stuck in an arcade. I recognize that hunger, so I once in my own grin. That itch to prove something stupid just to feel locked in. I step out, casing my grip, my partner eyes on the glass. We professional, quiet thunder, whole scene under the mask. Mask hit inches toward traffic, glances hard at the hall. I clock exits, watch his breathing, see him sizing it all. I ain't preacher, I ain't hero, just a witness with math. Know the footage, know the charges, know the dirt in that path. He edges close, I lock gaze, shake my head real small. Like, you don't want this chapter, fam, that ain't your call. He stalls, curses the pavement, face back into the light. Lives to think on it later, sometimes no is the shot. We roll out highway highway humming, diesel low, skyline dim. Talk shop on radio codes, not on random whim. Stop next city by courthouse, watch a chain gang file through. One face look just like cousin, eyes dull, jumpsuit blue. I remember hitting licks for the rush, no exit plan. I rushed the deposits, landed clean. For the fam, real steals in the discipline. In the routes that repeat, in the nights without sirens, parked outside on your street. If a scheme make you famous but erase your days, that's a contract in blood, that's a rigged up maze. If your pride need prison just to feel hardcore, that's a broke definition, aim way more. Armor out, confidential, heavy door, strong spine. If I'm gangsta for anything, it's protecting what's mine. No mask on my face, just a cold in my chest. Whole city in the backdrop while we move that chest. Armor out, confidential, no clout, just proof. Hard hats, clean ledgers, big car, bulletproof. Armor out, bulletproof. Armor out, bulletproof. Hard hats, clean ledgers, big car, bulletproof. I seen stick-up kids fold when the cell slam shut. Seen shooters write poems when the tail lights cut. You can tote that piece and still think past pain. Keep your circle fed up without feeding the chain. Armor out, confidential, say it loud, stand tall. We survived all the myths, now we answer our call. If the legend want coffins just to sell one track, we unload that truck, then we send it all back. Armor out, confidential, real G, real proof. Living long, raising kids, that's the hardest move.